Me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Lakers as they go up against the Bulls out in Chicago. For Chicago, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. We're going to be watching Joakim Noah in this one, former Defensive Player of the Year. What he gives this team goes far beyond what you see in the stat sheet, though. And Shaq, you used to go surfing with him in Hawaii.
Surfing?
Is this correct? Is this correct?
Yeah, we had to stop because, he's a wild child. I'm out there one day. He's behind me. I fall off. When I come up, his surfboard hits me in the head. I got a gash on my head. So no more surfing with me.
Oh, that's where that gash came from?
Yeah,
what?
from him. But,
Come on,
yes,
man.
yeah, but, he's my guy. What I like about him is his energy and presence on the floor rub off on everyone else on the team. He's an emotional leader. And the way he plays, it just motivates everybody out there. But no more surfing for me in this game.
Have you been surfing with Joe?
Never been, but I didn't know he was that team-oriented where he would just, be part of a surf crew. But that guy plays great on both ends of the floor. His passing ability, his leadership, what makes him different. But now his surfing skills makes him the best NBA center.
You really believe he went surfing with Joakim Noah?
I would love the video from that.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. So for the Lakers, their last game, a loss to the Rockets in Houston. And that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome. A lack of production offensively.
Well, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, guys, and they have nobody to blame but themselves for that. You've got to do a better job of working harder to put up points.
And in Chicago to start out. Butler attacking. And Embiid with the block. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Here's Rose, and gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. That's on D'Angelo Russell. The Bulls shooting their first free throws of this game. He hits both from the stripe. Here's Russell. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So for the Lakers right now, Russell is out there with Kobe. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Embiid. And it's Gordon in at the 4. 4 on the clock. The 10-footer. And the shot falls short this time. Now here's McDermott, guarded by Kobe. McDermott dishes to Rose. McDermott kicks it to Noah. And that one's good. Noah's got his first points of the game.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Dishes it to George. George missing again. On defense, the Lakers. 4-point game. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Very satisfying performance, Greg, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. I mean, they ended up winning and going away.
Now Russell, after the missed three from Doug McDermott. Here's Gordon. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game. And so just over a minute and a half played. Outside Butler. Mirotic, a screen on George. Mirotic has a wide open look. Can't make good off the screen.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Russell kicks to George. Embiid sets the pick for George. Shoots off the screen. Stolen by Noah. Now here's McDermott. He's covered closely. Got that one up quick. Butler's got his first 2 points of the night.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
And the dunk by Kobe.
Muscle flex time on that jam.
He wanted these people to hear that one.
I tell you what, the force was with him on that one.
Now here's Rose. 11 points for him in that last game against Orlando. Yeah, the step back. The Lakers with the rebound.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
Here's Russell. Gordon, the pass to Bryant. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Rose dishes to Butler. Back to Rose. That doesn't go either for Rose.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. Find out,
When talking about who they'll be most concerned with on the other side, he laughed a little and asked, "You mean other than Kobe?" He said that it's an almost futile effort to try and slow Kobe because he can score in so many different ways, saying, really, all we can try and do is prevent him from getting into a rhythm and try to force him into tough shots. Guys?
And thank you, Doris. Now, here's Bryant following the miss by Derrick Rose. And the shot is good. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. So Noah will now go to the free throw line. That one on Embiid. Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Portis, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. And it's Brooks in for Derrick Rose. Good.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And the offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
Pachulia, he's checked in for Chicago. Bulls trail by 3. Butler goes in. Here's Mirotic. And the rejection by Embiid. Outside, Russell. Pass to Gordon. And there's the defensive 3-second call. Lakers shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And so he hits the technical free throw. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Mirotic. There's the screen. The shot by George, wide open. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
The Lakers making a switch here. Nogueira's checked in. Outside Butler. Here's Pachulia, and there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. First one falls for him. McLemore's checked in for the Lakers. And Pachulia drops them both. Russell with it. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. They set the pick. Pachulia with the steal. Here's Butler. Pass to Pachulia. It's stolen by McLemore. Russell against Henderson. Outside Russell. Kicks it to George. Shot clock at 6. Pachulia with the steal. Now here's Brooks. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And he gets it to go. It's all knotted up.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Now, here's George. 20 points for him last game against Houston.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Now, here's Brooks. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Brooks kicks to Butler. Back to Brooks. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
There's a minute 34 left in the first quarter of the game. Open shot, George. George missing again.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Brooks to pass to Pachulia. It's Henderson on the wing, guarded by McLemore.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Russell with a wide open look. And again, the Lakers no good. Chicago leading. Henderson dishes to Brooks. He feeds it to Pachulia. He kicks it to Butler. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And here's Brooks from outside. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
The Bulls leading by 3. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The feed to Butler. Charity stripe shot. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
George, it's tipped. With 1 on the clock, cannot hit. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Bulls as they wrap up. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. Their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap-like.
Doug McDermott is out there with Mirotic. Then there's Noah. And it's Rose. And it's Henderson in at the 2. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. And Jack kicks to Kobe. Now here's McLemore. Henderson defending.
And let's see some of the numbers here on Kobe Bryant. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. 9th in scoring, 12th in shooting percentage.